Hi there, Aries, and welcome back to Star Lotus Tarot. This is your tarot forecast for the week of June the 21st through to the 27th. I went ahead, shuffled the cards, laid them all out. Let's see what's going on for Aries. First up, we have the Ten of Wands upright, followed then by the Page of Swords reversed. Next, we have Major Arcana, the Emperor reversed, followed then by Major Arcana, the Devil in the upright, and lastly we have the Magician in the upright. You have three major arcana in this reading, Aries. It might be a bit of an intense week for you. So let's get started with your overall energy. You have the Ten of Wands. You have too much on your plate this week, it looks like. Aries, what are you going to do about it? When the Ten of Wands comes up in the upright position, I often suggest to people that if you're in a situation where you can delegate, please do so. You could just be dealing with too much. Sometimes we get into the Ten of Wands energy. It's understandable, say when we're moving or something like that. This could be representative of packing. I know I've moved several times myself, and it can be very, very intense. Lots of things to do. It seems like it's never ending. Very stressful. It can be, weigh a lot, very, very heavily on us. For others of you, again, could be renovating. You could be dealing with a lot at your workplace. Perhaps you're helping out if coworkers are not able to do their job, that kind of thing. Maybe Aries is stepping up to help. Could be helping out neighbors, family members, what have you. This is just an overwhelming amount of things to do where you feel like, your back is breaking under all the pressure. But think about it. It is the Ten of Wands, so you are nearly at the end because tens represent the ending. So it could be that you've been laboring quite some time towards something, and perhaps the intensity at least of it could be letting up soon, hopefully. But for this week you could be feeling the brunt of that intense energy of really being weighed down. Now, coming right at the beginning of the week, we have the Page of Swords here in the reverse position. It is a court card, could be representing a person. If it's representing a person, this is air energy, that of Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. Could be an actual person external to you, Aries, this week at the beginning of the week. Maybe somebody you've been trying to get a hold of, and they're ghosting you. Sometimes the Page of Swords in reverse can indicate not getting information back. So maybe you can't get a hold of this person, or it could be this person has just disappeared. They're not communicating. Sometimes the Page of Swords in the reverse position can indicate some deception, maybe, lies coming from this person, maybe covering up stuff. Sometimes they can be very slanderous. Sometimes they can spread gossip. Sometimes it can represent stalking too. So just be careful about that at the beginning of the week. Your next card up is the Emperor in the reverse position. The Emperor is Mars-ruled energy. It correlates to the signs of Aries like yourself and Scorpio. And the Emperor in general, the energy of the Emperor can just represent, control. Sometimes it's because this will come up because there's a need for control, where somebody needs to step in and take control. Sometimes this card can come up when somebody's being controlling around you, or we're trying to over control the situation. But when the card is inverted like this can represent a loss of control. And I can certainly see that with the Ten of Wands being here for the overall energy. Perhaps, Aries, you feel like there's just too much to do. You've kind of lost control, or you've given up trying to keep control over a certain situation. You're just like, throwing your hands up in the air and going, well, it's going to be what it's going to be. That could very well be the situation. Or you could be dealing with somebody who's frustrated perhaps and just like, losing control. This could be a boss at work. This could be anybody you're dealing with, right? But it could also be you. Remember, it is Mars energy. Moving on towards the weekend, we have Capricorn energy here with the Devil in the upright position. Well, the Devil points to temptation, obsession. Sometimes it can be OCD. I can definitely see that happening again with that Ten of Wands energy. This can be obsessively thinking about something. And for you, Aries, maybe you're obsessively thinking about how you can bring this extreme situation to an end. Others of you, you could be obsessing about, what do I still have left to do? What, can I finish up now? How can I, make this better? What can I do? Whatever. It could be that, but sometimes the devil can represent fear holding us back. So maybe there's a situation, maybe some of you need to step up at work and say, hey, take some of this excess stuff off my plate, but maybe you're standing in fear, your fear of what will happen or repercussions of the situation if you do step up and say something. Others of you, this could strictly be about temptation could be coming your way, maybe something that you have been working towards, like say you've been on a diet or you've been working towards abstaining things that are not good for you. It could be that the temptation is there front and center. It's going towards the weekend, so it could be Aries that maybe there's some temptation on the plate here for you. And just be a little mindful of that, because sometimes the devil energy can get quite the grip and just make us want to, especially under these kinds of tense situations. It could just be like you just want to throw caution to the wind and say, oh, the heck with it. So just be aware of these tendencies towards the weekend. And the last card you have is Major Arcana, the Magician, in the upright position. Great way to end this reading. It looks like you just, in typical Aries fashion, you just take control of the situation. Maybe at the very end of the week, you just say, okay, well, this is how I want this thing to end, how I want this thing to complete, or how I want this thing to change. You are now bringing forth all of your abilities as above, so below. You're manifesting it into reality. And look at this, with all the yellow there, your confidence is really strong towards the end of the week. And I can see Aries just saying, you know what, enough is enough. It's time for me to, lessen this burden, maybe turn this situation upside down, or put an end to it. Maybe there's just too much going on and, you're just like, yeah, okay, I'm done with this. You're manifesting something completely different at the end of the week. Looks like a little bit of a wonky week here for you, but all's well that ends well with the Magician at the end. So that is your reading, Aries. I really hope it helped you. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.